Deuteronomy 31-34 brings us to the close of Israel's wilderness journey, and to the final moments of Moses' life. But even as Moses prepares to leave, God prepares his people to move forward with strength, song, and blessing. Be strong and courageous. It is the Lord your God who goes with you. Deuteronomy 31:6 Moses tells the people he will not cross into the promised land, but Joshua will lead them. He calls all Israel to be strong, and he publicly commissions Joshua, writes down the law and gives it to the priests, commands that it be read every 7 years during the Feast of Booths. God also warns Moses that the people will rebel after his death, but he remains faithful. Leaders may change, but God stays with his people. His word must always be at the center. Give ear, O heavens, and I will speak. Let my teaching drop as the rain. Deuteronomy 32:1-2 God gives Moses a prophetic song to teach Israel, so they will remember when they fall away. The song includes God's faithfulness and justice, Israel's rebellion and idolatry, God's discipline and mercy, a promise to avenge and restore his people. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God beside me. Deuteronomy 32:39 When we forget God, he remains faithful. His justice is real, but so is his mercy. This is the blessing with which Moses the man of God blessed the people of Israel before his death. Deuteronomy 33:1 Before dying, Moses speaks a blessing over each tribe, like Jacob did at the end of Genesis. He calls Israel a people saved by the Lord, the shield of your help. Deuteronomy 33:29 Each tribe is reminded of its role, strength, and future. A godly legacy blesses others. Moses didn't enter the land, but he poured into the next generation. So Moses the servant of the Lord died there in the land of Moab. Deuteronomy 34:5 God takes Moses to Mount Nebo, where he shows him the whole land of promise. Though Moses cannot enter, he sees it with his eyes, and then dies, at 120 years old. His eye was undimmed, and his vigor unabated. Deuteronomy 34:7 God himself buries Moses. And then, Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom. Deuteronomy 34:9 The book ends with this tribute. There has not arisen a prophet since in Israel like Moses. Deuteronomy 34:10 Moses' life was full of struggle and glory, but his story was never about him. It was always about God's faithfulness. Deuteronomy 31-34 brings us full circle. Chapter 31, God commissions Joshua and assures his presence. Chapter 32, Moses sings of God's justice and mercy. Chapter 33, Moses blesses the tribes with faith and vision. Chapter 34, Moses dies, and the journey continues. Moses' eyes closed, but the promise remained open. And today, we follow an even greater leader than Moses, Jesus, who fulfilled the law, conquered death, and brings us not to a land, but to eternal life.